The theme here is how to transform the organization, or say it more directly, how to awaken the organization. Utilize the skills very effectively to address the needs, customer satisfaction, financial performance, happy employees, all of that. The way I want to talk about is twofold. One is to talk about the organization, but also relating to that is the second part, which is within each individual. Since each individual is an organization, there's certain way that we can best utilize our talent. So the organization's enlightenment or awakening has a relationship to each individual's enlightenment or awakening. So my work over the last 40 years or more was related to the organization's transformation as well as my own transformation, if you believe it. And I've written the book, for example, New Shop Floor Management or Results from the Heart, as well as New Manufacturing Challenge, which is about waste elimination of the organization. Those three books are all related to how to utilize the best of the company resources, and especially empowering people because they are the key element of how organization can function. So typically I mention about the change from the traditional type of organization to more progressive organization. The involvement that we often have and has been even 40 years ago. I use the same slide, in fact, that things are changing rapidly, so only the top management are the ones to create the strategy and implement and let people to work. Like a command top-down approach doesn't work. People need to be empowered, and since they are like a mini company on their own in each of the unit or department, whatever they are, or at the line operators level, we better utilize their talent, and that's the whole idea, for example, of the Lean or Toyota production system, but production of values and waste elimination of it. And what's so interesting is that each individual life, each individual's performance or success or happiness, the level of happiness, is related to how we can utilize our talent in each individual. And like I said, each individual is like organization. There's not much difference. There's the top management making decision, but they are to have process applied within the brain first, which may be like a mini me instead of the big me, mini me and mini me, which is like a company, mini company, mini company, the same kind of structure, so that within the brain, the neuron may be structured with a network of those top-down, but also relating to each other as a network. So the firing of the neurons represent how we are utilizing our talent. And you can also picture the firing of the insight within the organization. The simple idea is like a number of suggestions that may indicate how people are involved in what they do. And if their creative resource is limited, then more burden is go up to the top and less utilization of the people's talent. So the whole transaction or transformation, was relating to bring in this idea that I shared in 3 books mainly about the waste elimination and empowerment of people and bring the heart into business. And the point is to connect to the heart where the reason of existence, why we are alive, has a driving force, so to speak. So that you cannot just use the brain and think that will do the rest, because we are biological beings and we live and die. All the neurons or the organs would get old or have trouble. So if we just suboptimize only the part of the brain, but not getting all the utilization of what you've got. So this is the point of AI, deep learning, backward or forward propagation of how the AI may work. Is related to how the organization works, as well as for how each individual to utilize the resource in the manner that makes sense, so that the whole profile, I posted the video about the life profile as an idea to have the KPI, key performance indicators, to how you monitor your life in terms of work, hobby, relationship, health, finance, things like that. But also, most importantly, to be sincere and truthful and utilize whole resources in a most truthful manner, not sub-optimizing. We want to monitor those in some way or the other, which I discussed in the video. So as much as the organization need to have some kind of a key performance measurement, we can utilize in each individual's case to do the same. And they go through this plan, do, check, act process, first checking and analyzing and figuring out what is going on is okay, but if that something need to be done, then you do something to analyze and come up with a plan and implement. And after you implement regularly, periodically, you monitor how things are going, up or down, red or green, and all different parameters. But as a whole, we should be able to see how the performance is, and then relating to the customer satisfaction, including yourself, but your customer, and financially, and also the banker's happiness, as well as the employee's happiness. So that notion of how to change the organization in terms of the flow of the information, quality of the system, managerial structure, involvement of the people, and utilizing the best of the resources so that the people's career passage is somehow connected to or aligned to the company's progression. So, as I mentioned to my son when he was 17, my last advice, do whatever you like, you really like, and that helps society. That's the way you want to do your best in what you do, but also contribute to society. So with those principles, I'm going through very quickly of those 3 books, but not just the brain, but bring the heart. Use the brain, but at the same time, listen to your heart and have the mission to orchestrate your life for the organization, but also for each individual. So today's turbulent world is, in my view, emphasizing or demanding or letting us to think through how we operate, run the organization, as well as for each to be happy in what they do, so that we don't have the abuse or misuse of the resources in the manner that might caught up and then sub-optimize. So this is the only way, or anything like that, but more transparent system, so that more people can be involved and be happy in what they do to bring out their potential. So this is just a common sense, and I've written books, 3 books. I wanted to write more, but it's such a common sense. I can talk about it, but just like a Zen, you can only point the direction, but the actual execution is done by each and all management to go through it, so that the whole organization is enlightened or awakened and produces the most powerful output to make people happy and for the best of the society. While each individual would manage their own mini company, in this case mini me, use the brain, listen to your heart, to live with mission. Organization, individual, same structure, alignment, clarity, plan, do, check, act, or in the Zen or Buddhist terms, Shila, Samadhi, Panya, right conduct, Samadhi, calm and quiet mind, to come up with the wisdom. And that sequence of event, the process is the same, so to speak, for AI to have a big data, deep learning, and synthesize idea, not just a small portion in certain angle, but all possible input from the human history so that we make the most of it. AI as a co-pilot, each individual working together in the organization, bring out the best of the people. So all process toward enlightened, happy, effective, powerful organization that can be found. So just maybe a few words, 11 minutes of quick summary of the picture, but I've seen and work together or be a catalyst and my own application for my own life. I hope somehow this message can be shared and help one have fun in the process of us moving forward. Thank you.